people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 888 of the Immigration Answer Show. Today is August 12th, 2025. I love the number 8, and 88 is a great number for me. That's the year I graduated from college. So, of course, many of you were not even born yet, but 1988 was the year that I had on my letter jacket, and that is the year that I graduated from high school. How's everybody doing? How is your week going? I am coming to you live from the Student Center at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan. All right, so I see Mari's here and Hoolie's here. I can't really see the comments because I'm using my phone for TikTok. My iPad would not connect, and it looks like Tan is back with an update. Hello, Tan. How'd it go?
Hi, Jim. Thank you so much for taking my call again. I called yesterday, and around like an hour ago, I actually received an approval for the I-485. If you remember, we had been waiting for a couple of weeks now, and you had said not to worry. So I just wanted to thank you and maybe add another a piece of evidence that uh, waiting just for the purpose of waiting might be the actual case going on at the USCIS. I also wanted to ask you a quick question that I forgot to ask yesterday about travel. And so this green card is the approved one is for conditional purposes, and I wanted to take my family back home, but I also wanted to make sure that I don't end up creating more trouble for myself. And I've seen before you had stated that if we leave with our partners for marriage-based green card cases, that might be a little bit easier. But overall, would you still say to not basically leave, regardless of traveling with partners?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Tan. Glad your green card's on the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, all right. So sometimes people worry about a lot of stuff and they don't necessarily need to. They just need to wait a little bit. So happy it all worked out for Tan. All right, let's go to I-551 Stamp. Hello.
Hey, how are you, Jimmy?
I'm
Can you
good.
hear me?
Yeah, I can. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for asking. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna read notes because I already was prepared. Because Julio
Perfect.
told me it's good to make notes.
Yeah, perfect. I appreciate that.
Okay, so I'm gonna read notes. I'm gonna be briefly and short. Try to be short. So, I
Okay.
had a pending I-751 case for a long time. I had a lawyer. I always made InfoPass appointment to get my stamp on my passport to prove a residency. I always renew every year. When I last time I went to USA's office to get new stamp for renewal on May, I was told that my I-71 case was denied back in October last year. I have not received any letter about my case denial, but maybe it lost. I don't know. But even though my case is denied back in October, the officer still put new stamp on my passport. On the bottom of my stamp, noted that my I-751 case is denied. And my question is, even though my case is denied, why the officer put new stamp on my passport? And am I still in conditional resident status? My lawyer told me that I don't know if it's true or whether it's true or not, but even though your case is denied, you will remain in conditional resident status until immigration judge decides my case. If it's go to courts, but they did not send me a NTA letter either. No NTA. And I checked my A number from that EOR, the website to check I'm in that court system. I'm not over there yet. I'm in dilemma. I don't know. I'm somewhere. So but other lawyer I spoke yesterday told me that when your case is denied, your status is terminated. I want to know, and he advised me to file a new I-130 and I-485 with I-485 with my new family. So my question is, even though my case is denied back in October, am I in conditional resident status right now, or it's terminated? And why the officer put stamp on my passport?
So as we sit here today, do you know the date of the denial?
No, but it's October.
Okay, but was it before you got the stamp or after?
Oh, after. So no, actually, no. Look, I had my old stamp. My old stamp I renewed last year on May. So when my case was pending, so on October they denied my case, and and this year 2025 when I went to with USA's office to renew stamp,
Right.
they told me that my
You-
case is denied
right.
last year
Got it.
October.
No, and but you said that you got your stamp in October. You got your stamp in May. The last stamp you got was May of 2024.
Yes, and they give me new stamp this year again, even though my case is
May of 25, they gave you another stamp, even though they said
yes,
it was not. That's
yes.
interesting. Okay.
Have you met like such scenarios?
Uh, maybe. I have a couple other questions.
Mhm.
Did you say something about a new family?
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about. So, let's talk about the 751. Is this one that you filed with your spouse, or did you file it by yourself?
No, by myself. It was single, solo.
Okay, so
I
let's
sent.
go. Let's go all the way back. Where are you from originally?
I am from Uzbekistan.
And when did you come to the United States?
Oh, like 11.
2011.
Yes.
And what kind of a visit? What kind of a visa did you have? A
Oh, I
visit?
had a I had a J1. I had a F1, and I had a just some portion of my time with the auto status, and then went to conditional resident status.
Right, because you married a U.S. citizen.
Yes, and I had a pending U.S. I had a pending that conditional resident status since 2016.
Wait, so let's back up. So the start date on. So let's say that the person that you married was Alice. Okay, so you married Alice, and you got a conditional green card through Alice, right?
Yes.
When the time came for you to file your 751, were you and Alice still living together?
And then so when the time came to file that I-751, so we got separated. Why? But I still had kept contact with her, with the mother, with some part of family.
Okay, so I need you to answer my question. So when you when the time came to file the 751, you guys were separated?
Yes, we're separated. Not officially because separation was also take a time, but physically we were separated.
Does that mean that you moved from the address that you shared with her?
Yes, yes, yes,
And did you update your address with USCIS?
yes, yes.
Okay, so you and she never filed a joint I-751.
No.
If 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 at the time that you filed the 751, if USCIS had come and knocked on her door, would she have good things to say about you or bad things to say about you?
Yeah, good things. I think it's good things because I assume so because I still keep in touch with her mother, but with some of her friends. But I always we contact sometimes not every day, but some like
So
every 3 months.
but marrying her cleaned up your big immigration mess. You had a huge immigration mess in that you had overstayed your visa on your J1 and you were out of status. So did you have an interview on your green card interview with Alice?
For 485.
Yes.
Yeah, I had an interview. It
How
was
did
like
that how did that go?
it went well, like 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. So when did you file the 751 in 2016?
Yes, to 2016. No, 18.
18.
Because
Okay.
2016
So
I got that 2 year, then 18 was time to file, and
so you had a 751 that was pending for 6 years.
yeah, pretty much.
After you found out that the 751 was denied in October 2024, you should
Mhm.
have filed a new 751 the next day.
Yeah, but I told you that I haven't received any mail, like a physical mail.
Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the denial notice?
Yes, when the officer put the new stamp on my passport this year, she handed over me, she printed out, she spoke with the officer who was working on my case. She said that she printed out on the spot that denial letter.
So
And
since
yes,
May of 2025, you have known that your 751 was denied.
yes.
And what was the reason given for the denial?
The reason was they didn't believe, the marriage was bona
Yeah,
fide.
because you were out of status at the time you got married and you weren't married that long
Hmm.
and you probably didn't have a lot of marriage evidence.
Yes, I had lots of marriage
Like what?
evidence because I was sick. I had a really bad health. I traveled like back and forth like 4 or 5 times,
To
to
where?
get treatment to uh, Kazakhstan, you know.
But why is that good marital evidence? That's not what I'm talking about.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
because
about
I didn't have a good like a financial evidence. I didn't work enough. I didn't provide.
right. So that's my point. You had a very thin 751 case, and it got denied because you did a
Yes, I
bad
didn't
job.
have a very yes. You're right. I had a like a thin. I had 751. I didn't have much evidence because most of the time I was getting treatment because I had a malpractice in because I had a surgery
None
in
of that.
Illinois.
None of that
You know,
isn't. None of that is an excuse for immigration.
yes, I didn't have any much evidence. You know, like enough
Right.
evidence
So
because
so
I
so
traveled for
when
medical treatment a lot.
so
I
when you're
didn't
out of
work. I borrowed money from my friends to live.
listen to me. You keep
Yes,
interrupting me. Listen instead of talking. You have 1,000 excuses for why your immigration case is in the toilet, and you're asking me for advice, but you don't listen to what I'm saying.
okay. Hmm.
You're fucked.
Hmm.
You're fucked. So
Hmm.
pay attention.
Hmm.
You had a thin marriage.
Hmm.
You didn't live together very long. You were out of status at the time you got married. The Trump people are looking for people just like you to deport. You should have filed a new 751 with an attorney who knows what they're talking about on the day you found out you got that denial in May of 2025. You've been sitting on your butt for 3 months. And when was the last time you checked online to make sure that you didn't have a deportation hearing?
Like a week ago.
Yeah, you got to check it every day, bro. And you need
Mhm.
to get a new 751 on file. And you might think, oh, I have this new wife in my back pocket, and that's my safety net. USCIS takes the position that even if you enter into a new marriage, you can't get a green card based on that new marriage without getting the conditions removed from the first case. So you are this close to going to deportation. This close.
So my question is, even though my case is denied, am I still in a resident status?
It doesn't matter. If you are, you're a step from deportation. Why are you hung up on that? If you're in status, it doesn't matter. You're in status till they knock on your door and say, "Get your ass to immigration court. You're getting deported."
So can I file new 130 and I 40?
No, you're not listening to me. They won't approve that unless the 751 conditions get removed first. I think they're wrong, but that's the position they take. The position they take is that if you had marriage number one and you never got the conditions removed, we don't care about marriage number two because you're not eligible to adjust because you never got your conditions removed on the first marriage. So your only way to stay in the United States, whether you have a sick wife and 1,000 kids, is if you get the 751, a new 751 approved.
New 51. Again, I have to file new I-751.
Yes.
So there is no reason to file a new one I-130 and 45.
Maybe
Can I file a new I-130 and 45? Can I file? Is it possible?
you can file whatever the fuck you want, but you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Mhm.
You're not listening to me.
Mhm.
You think you've got this all figured out. I've got this I-130 in my back pocket, so I don't need to worry about anything else. I'll just
Yeah,
sit on
I
my
am
ass
worried.
for 3 months while I'm in removal.
Mhm.
What are you doing?
Mm. Okay, your advice is to file again I-51 new one, right?
But you need someone who knows how to put it together. If you just file another one with some bullshit lawyer or fake lawyer or yourself who doesn't knock on your ex-wife's door and get an affidavit that says, yeah, it was a real marriage, it just didn't work out, and then develop as much marital evidence as you can, you're not going to stay in the United States.
So, but okay, I thank you for advice, but still I didn't get an answer. So, is my status terminated, or I'm in like a status still?
You are in status until a judge takes it away, but you're inches away from getting put into removal so that the judge takes it away. I don't know why you're being so fucking literal.
Judge takes away, right, the status?
Yeah, judge takes it away, but he's going to take it away tomorrow when they knock on your door. You're so stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
You think you've got this all figured out. You don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. So, but my variant B. So, can I just also file the new one I-130 or no? It's impossible. Is the system allows to file the new I-130 at 485 or no? Is it possible, like legally?
Hi everyone. I had to jump in. It looks like Jim got
Mm-hmm.
a squirrel in the airport. So
Yeah, yeah.
meanwhile, we're
Low,
gonna
low
stay.
signal, very low
Yes,
signal. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna wait
probably.
10 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, let's wait a little. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
okay,
here.
he's
Hi,
back.
boss. There you go.
Okay, so what's the question?
So my question is legally is the system allows me to file new I-130 and 485, or it's not possible?
You didn't hear what I said.
I did hear you. You suggest me to file new I-517 again.
I specifically answered this question. You said, "Can I file?" I said, "Anybody can file whatever they want. You can file an I-130, but USCIS says we can't approve it if you never got the conditions taken away from the last marriage."
They're gonna send me this. Okay. Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
You can't fix stupid. You can't fix stubborn. People just want to hear what they want to hear, and when they don't hear what they don't want to hear, they just keep asking the same questions because they think they know this much about immigration. Ham, I-130 approved. Hello.
Hey Jim, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. So I actually talked to you 2 weeks ago. I had just come back from my interview. Last week we got the approval for the I-130. They did send an RFE for the I-485, and it's just for the birth certificate. Actually, when we were in the interview, the officer had a hard time scanning it. So he did mention that probably he would send this out so that we could send it to him, I guess. I guess their scanner wasn't working or something.
That happens.
So we're getting ready. We scanned like a clearer picture of it. But on there, my husband's name is spelled incorrectly. His name is Michael. It's spelled EA instead of AE. But on all of his other documents, his passport, every other legal document he has, it has that correct spelling. Do you think that we have to mention that or correct that when we send
No.
that RFE in?
No, but I would. What country is your husband's birth certificate from?
Uganda?
So I would spend a little bit. I'm not so much concerned about EA or AE. I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
going to get hung up on that. So
Okay.
are you saying his actual spelling is different than the customary spelling, or his actual name is the customary spelling and it's spelled wrong on the birth certificate?
Yeah, second part. It's just
Okay.
spelled wrong on the birth certificate.
Okay. I would, before I send back that birth certificate, I would look at something. And let me ask you this: was his birth certificate generated at or around the time of his birth, or was it generated when he was an adult?
Maybe when he was like 10 years old, like
Okay.
10 years after he was born.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
So you should go on the visa reciprocity table,
Okay.
type in visa reciprocity table, and then you can look for Uganda, and it will describe exactly what a birth certificate looks like. If yours looks like exactly what they're describing, he's good to go. If it doesn't, then you probably need to get a new birth certificate that matches what the State Department says, because the State Department has gone through country by country to say what documents are available.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't match what they say is available, then you lose.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
That you said that was the visa reciprocity table?
Yeah, here, I'll just give me 1 second. I'll put it in the comments.
Okay.
You can just type in visa reciprocity table, Uganda birth certificate, and it should take you right to it.
Okay.
But hold on, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look right now. Do you have his birth certificate there with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so so for Uganda, for birth certificates, it says It's issued by the National Identification and Registration Authority, the NIRA. It's typically printed on white paper with a red, yellow, green, brown background. It has a circular dry seal that is embossed, and the biodata is printed. Is that what you got?
A little bit, but not really.
Okay. So that's probably why they're asking for the birth certificate.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not from the. It says all births must be registered with NIRA.
NIRA.
If
Yeah,
a birth is not registered, Ugandan citizens can obtain certificates from sub-county chiefs by swearing an oath before these officials. Late registration of births is common, as individuals might not register a birth until there's a need for the certificate.
Okay.
And then it mentions something called the short form birth certificate, which
Yes.
a lot of people from Canada and South Africa could tell you they get hung up on that because they walk around with a short form birth certificate, but what they really need is a long form birth certificate. So I think you need to, when's your deadline for replying?
November.
So you need to hire a lawyer in Uganda to go down to the NIRA and get them the right kind of birth certificate and then send them both.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
While you're at it, you might as well make sure they have his name spelled correctly.
Yeah. Might as well correct that too.
Thanks, Cam. Keep us posted.
All right, thank you.
See ya.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Let's go to Sylvia. Hello.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you doing?
Hi, good. Thank you. Thanks for all you do. I just started watching your show.
Awesome.
And I'd like to know if I have a possible bumpy case for N400.
Okay.
Wondering if I should go forward or better wait a few years and then renew my green card instead.
Perfect.
I've had a green card for a while, since 2006, when the conditions were removed. So I renewed a 10-year already, and now my second 10-year is coming up.
Okay.
There was a denial and a motion to reopen in my case back then, so I don't know if that matters. But right now, what I'm reading is more like things that they're very strict about, public charge kind of things. We're using Medicaid and Medi-Cal and stuff like that.
Not for a green card interview. What are you worried about?
Well, I didn't get my naturalization because my European country didn't allow second citizenship. So now they finally do. So now I would like to get my.
I know that country. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'd like to get the naturalization, but if I have a bumpy case, I'd rather just renew the green card and wait a few years and then go.
What makes you think it's bumpy? That's what I'm trying to get to. Why?
Because I've had some Medicaid usage and some, and also because there was this denial in my case back in the day.
Denial of what?
I filed a motion to reopen and I missed the interview, so I got a denial. And then I filed a motion to reopen.
An interview for what, though?
Oh, that was the marriage-based green card.
Okay, so are you still married to that person?
No, we split up about a year after I got my conditions removed, or 2 years, I forget. We were together 10 years, though, but only married 4. But I did prove that in the interview, and I filed a motion to reopen, and it got obviously passed and everything, but now I'm worried they're going to look back into it.
When you got denied,
yeah,
and you had the conditional green card application was pending at the time of the denial?
I don't remember, but it must have, because
what I'm trying to figure out is,
the interview was, I guess the interview
you went to the interview, you were still married?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. And so, how are things with you and your spouse now?
Actually, just recently, we don't really talk to anymore, but I'm sure he would still help me out, I think.
Okay.
We were friends all this time, but he's recently had a drug problem, so I kind of cut off contact.
Right. I think if I were you, what I would do to make myself feel better either way, and plus you have to renew the 485, I would go online and fill out a G639 and ask for a complete copy of your immigration file.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, do that. It's a G639, and in the box that says what documents do you want, say all immigration documents. Then once you get it back, read through there and see if there's anything that scares you or alarms you. Just the fact that you missed an interview on a case that ultimately got approved, I'm not too worried about that, especially if you're with the person for a long time.
Yeah.
But there might be something in there that catches your eye, and if so, let me know and we can talk about it.
So I shouldn't worry about the Medicaid usage for a few years and low income on taxes and stuff.
You could be a zillionaire or a pauper and still get your citizenship. You don't have to do anything financial for your N400 other than pay the fee.
Okay, I thought that was kind of one of the new things that this
administration
started.
Nope, they haven't yet.
Okay, good. And all right, so probably better to go forward with naturalization then instead of the green card renewal. That's good news.
After the FOIA.
Yeah, good. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Jim.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
All right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Haha, not really. St. Louis, Missouri, Chicago, Illinois, Washington, D.C., and San Diego, California. I will be in our Chicago office on Friday, so that's fun. I'll see you guys there in Chicago. And if you need to get a hold of us, our phone number is 314-961-8200, or you can email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. If you want to get a link to the show and when we're going to post so that you can ask me a question, text the word show, SHOW, to 314-470-3300. And we're going to say bye to Sylvia, and we'll say hello to Val. Hello, Val. Yes, I can.
Perfect. How are you doing, sir?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm going to put it was a little bit stressed and stuff, but nonetheless. So I came here in 2011 from Haiti, and I think it's like a visa for parents and the kids and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then we overstayed the visa. And then in 2016, I moved out here to California.
Okay.
And I got TPS in 2022-ish under the Biden administration. And that's currently ending. And I'm currently in my I have a fiance, she's American, and she said that we should get married so that I'm able to stay here because my thing is expiring. I'll be able to work or nothing like that. So I'm just trying to figure out how is all of that gonna work out? How's that gonna affect my status? And what can I do at all?
How long have you and your fiance been together?
We went together for a year now.
And have either of you been married before?
No.
And if you didn't have immigration problems, would you still be getting married?
Yes.
Okay. So the way the process works, and I think you said, but she's a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, she's a U.S. citizen.
So if you get married next week, let's say you get married on September 1st, then your wife would file an I-130 petition and she'd say, I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm married to Val. He's a visa overstay on TPS from Haiti, and I want to help him adjust his status from that of visa overstay and TPS holder to lawful permanent resident. And I'm going to file this I-130 petition, and I want you to approve it. Here's all of our relationship evidence. Here's our marriage evidence. And here's why we think that you should conclude that this is a real marriage. Then you'll also file, Val, will file an I-485 application, and that's to adjust your status from that of visa overstay and TPS holder to lawful permanent resident. And so that form has a shitload of questions that all go to whether or not you are admissible to the United States. And so you will answer yes or no and go through all the questions. And hopefully at the end, you have a whole lot of no's and very few yeses. And then you'll also file for a work card, and that'll give you employment authorization, even though you have TPS, even though you have it you'll want to do that, okay?
Yeah.
In support of the 45, you're going to have to file two other things. One is your fiance/wife will have to file what's called an I-864, and she'll have to submit her tax returns for the last 3 years. And if she's single and she made $31,000 a year in each of the last 3 years, then you won't need a co-sponsor. If she didn't make that much in each of the last 3 years, then she's going to need a U.S. citizen or green card holder to provide their taxes and their proof of income, and say that if Val gets government benefits and Val doesn't pay the government back and Val's wife doesn't pay the government back, that I, Jim, the co-sponsor, will pay them back, okay? So that's I-864. Then the last thing is you're going to have to get your vaccination records and go to what's called a civil surgeon, which is a government-approved doctor. It can't just be your doctor, who will give you a physical exam, give you updated vaccines, and certify that you don't have any medical reasons why you can't become a lawful permanent resident. You very, 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 very much want to file this before your TPS runs out, not after, okay? Because USCIS is moving towards a system where if you fall out of TPS or TPS ends, and you have nothing else here protecting you, that even though you're married to a U.S. citizen and even though she has filed an I-130 petition for you, if you are out of status and don't have TPS at the time that the green card is filed, then they could put you in removal while your marriage case is pending. So you need to hurry up if you get my drift.
Okay, so we're also thinking about doing a prenuptial agreement. Is that going to be beneficial or detrimental to the whole process?
Somebody asked me about this the other day on the show. Our office, from a purely legal standpoint, I believe that a prenup is actually good marriage evidence, but we would never submit it because no one understands that it's good evidence. So I would just keep it out. It doesn't hurt or help, and I've never had them ask anybody if they have a prenup.
Okay, got it. Perfect. So that is a lot. I've contacted you guys through email. I haven't heard anything back. So
Julio will follow up with you right now. As soon as you're off the call, they'll follow up with you, and we'll make sure if you guys are ready to get started, we'll hit you up.
So just a quick recap though. So there's gonna be a form I-130 that needs to be filed. There's gonna be I need to find a civil surgeon. There needs to be an I-864
Yep.
filed.
The
Also,
civil surgeon is an I-693, and then the work authorization is an I-765.
I-765.
And then you need a bunch of marriage evidence and everything else.
Okay. And do I need an I-35 also? Do you see?
Which one?
I-35.
I-35. I don't know what that is.
Petition for alien. Oh, form I-130. Yeah. Well, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, so please reach out to me, and I'll see how I can potentially use some guidance from you guys.
We'll do it. Thanks, Val. See you, buddy. All right, that was Val. Do you have him, Huli? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. That was Val from Haiti. All right. Let's go to Ruslan. Ruslan, hello.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Good. Just before you get started, somebody said on TikTok, "Hey Jim, I just jumped from the border. Can you send me a few bucks, Mr. Attorney?" No, I can't. I can't send you a few bucks. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Ruslan. How can I help you?
Okay. It's a pleasure to be talking to you. I was born and raised in Ukraine, moved to US, and became a citizen in 2023. And we're struggling for my wife to adjust her status. Let me give you a little background. So she moved 2012, and she entered illegally, waiving the border, and she applied for asylum right away. So they released her, and 2015 they closed the case. Yeah, so she'll be waiting for any time for opening that asylum case. After that, 2016, she had an accident happen to her, and she applied for U-visa. So in 20
Because of an accident, a U visa? I don't understand a U visa and an accident.
Not an accident. I mean, there was a criminal on street, and she almost got shot. So she applied for U visa, and she got approved last year.
Okay. She got it
So
approved? The U visa got approved?
yes, it got approved last year. So see, we were thinking that's gonna pardon her illegal entry, and we adjust the status. We were married since 2020, and we filed for adjustment of status, and we had I-130 approved in 2022, and second interview we had was June 26, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
So since then we didn't get response yet, except her asylum case. They want to recalendar administratively closed proceeding.
And what's your status?
I'm a citizen since for more than 2 years.
How did you get your green card?
I naturalized by I had the asylum case,
Okay.
and then adjusted the status.
Okay. So when you filed the I-130, had the deportation case already been stopped? Terminated?
That's as I'm aware of it, I think so.
Okay. You guys have an attorney, right?
Not at the moment. We have from different cases, we have different attorneys, but not like having all together, and
that's the problem.
kind of by itself.
Yeah. So that's insane, because what you're talking about is something that would be very, very difficult for my office to handle, and we handle these kinds of cases all the time. So the idea that you and your wife can figure this out is crazy. So what you need is an attorney to review everything that's happened in her case and figure out how did she enter, what did it say on her I-94, what is she eligible for, can she adjust, and she even though she has a U visa, she probably still needs a waiver for the entry. So I don't think you're doing everything correctly, and I think you guys need help.
Yeah, that's why I tried to consult a couple different good attorneys, and maybe hire one and have a clear view of what we're gonna do, what we gotta do correct ways, as long as we messed up a little bit already.
Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible, it's not unfixable, but I think you need to get an attorney involved sooner rather than later. Did you leave your contact information with us? We can follow up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have your info. We will follow up with you, Ruslan, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right, let's go to AJ. Hello.
Hey, Jim.
How are you?
Thank you for taking my call. I am currently on H-1B. I have married to a U.S. citizen and have applied for marriage-based green card for myself.
Yeah.
It seems like USCIS is processing my I-765 application faster, and I'll get my EAD before my I-485 interview. The question I have is, after receiving EAD, do I need to inform my current employer who has sponsored my H-1B about receiving new EAD? And can I do some part-time work on my new EAD along with my H-1B?
So number one, you don't have to tell your employer about the EAD, and I probably would wait to let them know until you actually have your green card. That's number one. Number two, even though USCIS gave you work authorization based on your marriage-based green card adjustment case, I believe, although I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 95% sure that would be a technical violation of your H-1B.
Yes.
So, because you're supposed to have everything, an H-1B for every job that you have, and even though you have work authorization, I think if for whatever reason the green card case denied, they could argue that your H-1B was violated when you used your EAD that you got through marriage to go work at Walmart or Uber, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
that was my initial concern as well.
Yeah, and right now they're looking for ways to mess with people's status. So I would, if you can afford it, and if you can afford it, and because I believe that green card cases are actually going pretty quickly right now, I would try to hold tight and just wait till I get my green card, and then you can quit your job. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, sounds good. And does it matter like from which application center my application is getting processed?
No,
Is it? Okay.
no.
Yeah, those were my questions. Yeah, thank you so much for answering.
Good luck, AJ. You got it, buddy. All right, let's go to Great Days Ahead. Hello.
Hey, Jim, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so I got a somewhat quick question for you. So, I'm eligible to apply for my N400 next month. I became a permanent resident by marriage, and I got my green card in December of 2022.
Cool.
So, my only concern is in the last 3.5 years, I've had 5 speeding citations. And so far, I've got 3 of them dismissed, and 2 of them I got reduced to non-moving violations. And one of those tickets I got before I applied for my green card. And when I talked to my lawyer, when I filed for my adjustment, they said I didn't have to disclose it because it was under $500. And in the form instruction, that's what it says. You don't have to submit the documentation for it.
Okay.
So I'm applying for N400, and same thing kind of came up there. And I've watched some of your videos before, and you say, yeah, you should still include them, even though it's under $500 and there's no property damage or whatever. And so I was just wondering, one, because I didn't have this in my initial green card application, will this affect me? And 2, could I get denied for having this many citations?
I've never had anyone ask me if there's a under 500 safety net for tickets. I've never heard that. I've never seen that.
It's in the form instructions for both the 485 and the N400.
What does it say?
I can pull it up. Hold up. For the 485, it says, in general, you do not need to submit documentation relating to traffic fines and incidents that didn't involve an actual physical arrest, and if the penalty was only a fine of less than $500 or resulted in points on your driver's license. However, you must submit documentation if the traffic incident resulted in criminal charges or involved alcohol or drugs.
Okay, so I will say that rule is abused then all the time by USCIS, because when I show up to an interview for a green card or NATS and we haven't submitted proof that the tickets were resolved and what they were, those cases all get RFEs or notice of intent to deny. So that might say that in the rules, but that's not how it works in practice.
Okay.
So I think I'm not worried at all about you not disclosing this on your 45. That's not a big deal. Let me ask you this question. If you had someone sitting across from you who said they got 5 tickets in 3 years, would you say they're a person of good moral character or not?
That's a great question. Probably not.
I don't know. I wouldn't say probably not. I mean, let's put it up to a vote. Everybody in the comments, let us know. Do you think that if you're an immigration officer, would you nat someone who had about 1.3 traffic tickets? Are they all speeding?
They're all speeding, yeah.
When was the last one?
A month ago. I got it. Well, it was 2.5 months ago, but I got it dismissed a month ago.
So
yeah.
All 50 states handle traffic differently. So in your mind, what's the difference between dismissal versus paid a fine or got it taken care of? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So the charge under the state law is if I got convicted of speeding, it's considered a misdemeanor. But the non-moving violations, the ones that I got, they're not considered misdemeanors. They're just violations.
They never were, or they got amended down too.
They got reduced down. So they rewrote the ticket from speeding to both the tickets were failure to possess a registration card. That's it.
Okay. Why didn't you do that for all 5?
The officers, 3 of them were cool with it. They were willing to take it down. The other 2 were just being part of my French hard asses.
And did you, not to be curious, but did you negotiate these yourselves, or did an attorney do it for you?
All 5 of them I did myself.
And so that's awesome. So like you went and talked to the officers at a subsequent date from when you got the ticket to get them to amend it?
Yeah, I spoke to them before court.
Interesting. So you get summoned to court. You have a speeding ticket hanging on your head, and you're batting 600, 3 out of 5. You're able to negotiate down to the no points, non-misdemeanor track.
3 of them were dismissed completely. The other 2 were the non-moving.
Oh, and tell me, if you don't mind, how's the conversation between you and Harry Hard Guy when you so pretend I'm the officer. Do you mind if we do this?
I guess, sure. I just kind of tell them, hey, so I got I kind of learned I'm applying for naturalization, and I'm just a little concerned how this could affect me. Some of them are just the 3 of them are just flat out, okay, I understand it. My wife went through it. I have friends who went through it. Here you go. I get it. Just don't do it again, and that's it.
Then you did it again.
Yeah,
So,
I get late to work sometimes.
so really you only have 2 tickets.
Well, I mean, I have 2 tickets that I pled guilty to. The other 3 just are,
So
were dismissed.
So you have 5 citations, and 3 were dismissed, and 2 resulted in a no points, non-moving violation, municipal kind of a thing.
It's still a state citation that I got that I had to pay for, but yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think you list all 5, and then you just say, but 3 of them went away. I really only have 2, and to me, I would naturalize you with 5 or 2, but I'm a nice guy. I would definitely naturalize you with 2 if you bring some evidence that you're a good person. So I'd want to bring some evidence counterbalancing the fact that I drive too fast.
Yeah, so I was thinking I can show a record of my driving history, show you that I have nothing else. I mean, my time paid off. I mean, I've been years.
I want more than that. I want volunteering. I want church stuff. I want something. I want letters from people that work with you and know of you actually helping other human beings, paying your taxes, and having other clean driving periods. I don't think that cuts it.
Okay. Okay, I appreciate it. But yeah, do you think me again not disclosing this on the I-45 would be an issue?
Nah, I think I mean, you're a pretty clever guy. I would pull out the rule or I'd bring a copy of the instructions for the 45 and point it out to him and said, that's what me and my attorney were reading. And that's why I didn't disclose that one. The reason I disclosed them this time is because I just wanted to make sure that I talked to a different attorney and he said I should.
Okay.
You can blame me.
All right, cool. I'll be sure to do that then.
All right. See you, bud.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Bye. All right, I'm going to go to Ketma, then Colin. Ketma, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. My question is for a friend. It's not directly for me. So, due to a lot of change in immigration now, he came to the U.S. With the program Biden had to the border. Now he's an asylum seeker.
Uh-huh.
He married his wife, I think, the first year he entered the United States. But the wife is a green card holder. Now he's so concerned, so he would like to file a petition under the wife. But the wife is not a citizenship yet. She's still a green card holder. So that's his concern. So he would like to file the petition, to file the petition. So now when he asked me, I'm like, go ahead and ask Jim. He's like, no, you can file on my behalf. So what do you think? Can he go ahead and file that petition under his wife while the wife is still a green card holder?
Not without a lawyer.
Okay.
A lawyer has to look at his whole case. The days of someone being able to pull off an entry without inspection, an asylum case.
He was inspected. Yeah, he was inspected. He got the I-94 when he entered to Mexico. Yeah, he said he got that.
And how long after that did he apply for asylum?
The first year, he told me.
Okay. Well, I don't think that'll carry over until that. I don't think that'll give him status to adjust through a green card holding wife. So how long has the wife had the green card?
So it's gonna be 5 years soon. But due to his concern of all the change in this administration, so he was concerned. So he wants to want the wife is concerned not to go ahead and get that that U.S. citizen step yet, and then he is concerned not because he's a asylum seeker, and all those programs being really targeted under this administration. So they're both concerned. So the wife, I think, it's gonna be eligible soon for her U.S. citizenship, but she's quite not ready for that yet, being afraid
Bullshit.
of that
Bullshit.
doing
Nope.
that.
Bullshit. She's got to apply.
So you
If I
for
were,
the wife to
if I
apply
were,
for U.S. citizenship.
if I were their attorney, and again, I think at least he needs an attorney. I
Okay.
would, I would urge her every day of the week and 3 times on Sunday to apply for citizenship, because that's what's going to keep him here more than anything else. And I would probably also file an I-130 petition to even while she has her green card, and then if she upgrades to a citizen or if the priority becomes current, then I would file the 485. But like I said, he needs a lawyer.
Okay, so your advice is not to do it by yourself, by themselves. So, like hire an lawyer, a lawyer.
I mean,
That's
do you
okay.
do you agree with me on that? I mean, does that sound crazy?
Yeah, I'm agreed. That's what I did not really go ahead and like intervene, like to do it or not, because it's a little bit complicated the way everything is going now. So I agree 100% with
And
you.
I would say, Ketma, even in Biden times, this is a case that would need a lawyer. So especially now.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jim.
Bye, Ketma. See ya.
See ya.
All right, I'm going to go to Colin and then the pilot. Hello, Colin.
Hey there. I have a question about the I-751. I was filling out the form and I wanted to ask about the barcode at the bottom. So as I fill the form, does the barcode change or update the information I've put in the form?
It sure does.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I print out just the signature page because my spouse is traveling in a couple of days. So if I just print out the signature page by itself, get her sign, and then swap it after I've filled out the rest of the form, is that gonna be a problem, or should I fill out the complete form and then print and get it signed?
We do. I mean, Carolina's here in the comments, I think. I look for the comments from Carolina, but my understanding is that what you propose to print it out, have her sign it, and then scan it in and transpose it is fine.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, so all right. So I haven't filled out the form yet.
Oh, darn it.
And if I just print out the page where I need her signature, I get her signature. Wait, I think the connection might be.
Sorry, we lost him.
Oh, no
Hold on.
worries.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about
Oh,
that.
here it. He's playing hide and go seek. Here you go.
I
Bye.
can't hear. Oh,
All right.
Can you hear me?
yeah, I gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, just wanted to quickly clarify. So I haven't filled out the form yet. If I print out the page where I need
Yeah,
her
I gotcha.
signature
No, I heard
first.
the question.
Yeah.
So Caro is here in the comments, and she said, "Yeah, print the page, have the person sign by hand, not electronic. Then you scan that page, and then insert that page as a substitute for the page when you upload it."
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. No, I mean, it's going to be a paper filing anyway, so I don't need to scan it again.
Oh yeah, well, it's okay.
Yeah, just one last thing about that. On that page, there's a question if there's any interpreter. I don't have one. So if can I leave it blank, or do I need to type NA?
I would put it in A.
NA? Okay. And in that page, when it asks for spouse information, there's of course sign, and there's also, it says print name. Print name could be just handwritten name, full name.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, since I'm here, I might as well ask another question. So when I'm including all this marriage evidence, I sent most of it with my I-485 and I-130, and that was a lot to begin with, but I don't have too much new stuff because I already had a lot of joint stuff going on back then. So would it hurt if I include some of the things again, like Costco membership, joint Netflix, joint Apple account, stuff like that?
So you're applying now for a 751?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So I mean, I would assume that in the
Because it's
time,
continuing. I just don't have any new, because we already had everything set up before, so we don't have like a lot of new accounts, because a lot of the accounts we created before to get like bank
right,
account,
but
credit card.
those accounts are being used, right?
Yeah.
So send in updated statements from the accounts that you used before. That's fine, but don't send the stuff that you had before. Just so if you had a gas card, a credit card, and a Costco card,
Yeah.
then do all your 2025 statements from those.
Yeah. Just updated screenshots and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And also things like money transfers that we did before. Should I include those as well?
No.
Okay.
They only
Awesome.
want stuff. They only want stuff since the green card was approved.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Jim.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
buddy. Yep, for sure. All right, the pilot is here. Hello.
Hello, Jim, sir. Can you hear me?
I can. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good.
Thank you for asking. So I have a I-485 pending case. I will tell you my little immigration history. I came to United States in 2022 on M1 visa. I got married in December 2022. We applied for I-485, I-130, and in April of 2023 I got approved for I-130 without the interview, but my I-485 was denied because I couldn't provide my date of birth like evidence. I think I submitted my school mark sheets, so I reapplied, and I had my interview in 2025 April, and like everything went well. The officer did not ask anything much on our case. He gave us like approval. He said, "You guys are approved. You can expect your green card in 30 to 90 days." And it's almost going to be 120 days, and there is no response on that. So I also watched your video on like I-130 is approved, I-485 is sitting. So I feel like it's the same situation. So I don't know if it's like something wrong or they're just gumming things up.
What country were you born in?
I was born in India.
What is the problem with your birth certificate?
I think I submitted my, I think, hospital certificate and my school transcripts, which were like secondary evidence of date of birth.
And why do you not have a primary? Why do you not
We
have a?
never had that. So I actually requested the municipal corporation in India to get me like a certified and notarized birth certificate. So then I submitted it and I reapplied for 85.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they might just be sitting on it because they're still not convinced. I don't know. I've had probably 5 or 6 people on the show lately tell me I-130 approved, 45 resting or sitting. So I think you might just have to wait some more. When was the interview?
It was on April 17th, and the officer gave us like, he said, like, your green card is approved. You
Yeah,
can
but
expect
I
in
don't believe
30 to 90 days.
I don't believe anything they say. When did you actually file the new 485?
In July 2024.
Okay. So here's what I would say. If I were you, I would do a FOIA request, look through file a G639 and ask for your complete immigration file, and then look through it and see if there's anything that you're worried about or anything that they say bad about you or your birth certificates. If there is, send it to me. Otherwise, wait until January or December. If you don't have a decision, then we'll sue them in December.
Okay, I also submitted a e-request few weeks ago, so I'm also waiting on that, and I will be waiting till December also, like you said.
Okay, but do the FOIA. The e-request isn't going to do anything.
Okay, so I filed G69, you said?
G639.
G639.
Yep, you can do it online and it's free.
Okay, sir. I will do that, and I will definitely contact you back.
Thanks, Sushil. Hopefully you won't need to.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.
Bye, buddy. Rachel is here. Hello.
Hello, Jim. Thank you for having me. And my question here is about my pending green card. So in December 2023, your firm helped me file a Mandamus lawsuit because my asylum was waiting, like it was pending for over 8 years. And that was successful, and I got approved in June of last year. And then I filed for my green card January this year. And then I heard that there was a pause on green cards of like refugees and asylum around March, which I believe CBS was the news org that reported that.
That's exactly right.
So now here I'm concerned. I mean, it's been 7+ months, and like I don't want it to turn into a situation where I'm waiting indefinitely, like I did for my asylum.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what should I do now?
I would wait until January if you don't have a decision by then, unless Rachel, you want to get in a big old fight, and the big old fight would be, hey, what they're doing is illegal. They don't have the legal authority to not process green card applications by people who received asylum or refugee status in the United States. To my knowledge, nobody's litigating that yet. I don't know for sure, but I would wait and see. I mean, one, you could research to see if that's being litigated. Two, if it is, then
I
you could.
actually saw something, I forget the name of the org, but after hours of reading things online, there's an org that requested documents
Yeah,
from USIS, and they saw
that
the notice.
that was AILA. That's the American Immigration Lawyers Association. That's a lame, wimpy inquiry into the whole thing. So, if you want to have a big old fight and talk to me about it, I might be up for that. But
Okay.
but otherwise, if you want to do it like we did the other one on the asylum case, I would wait until 1 year's passed since you filed, and then I would sue them.
Okay. And what about like I-31? Because I filed that as well in January, and it's pending. Would that also be impacted by the pause, if anything?
Don't know. Nobody knows.
Okay. So I would not be able to like file a mandamus suit because I saw somewhere like people can file as early as 6 months of waiting, like 180 days.
Yeah, and so I would say that we could sue them to challenge the legality of the pause.
Okay.
But it wouldn't technically be a mandamus because I don't think you've waited long enough, right? So it would actually be a legal challenge to their authority to pause all asylum cases. So if you're itching for a fight and you push me a little bit, I'd probably let you talk me into doing it, if that makes sense. Because there's a lot of people that it could help.
Yeah, makes sense.
You-
Oh, by the
you-
way, the org is called IRAP, so IRAP. You can look them up. Yeah, but thank you so much for your recommendation and your help.
Yeah, and if you want to fight, email me, okay? I think it might be a little too early, but if you're up for it, I'm up for it.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Rachel.
you.
See ya. All right. That was Rachel. She had a mandamus case work for her asylum, and now she's itching for another fight. I like it. All right. Larry, hello.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Thank you. So I'll be short to the point. I'm trying to get guidance on my form I-130.
Okay.
We are at 21 months. My wife is in Angola. I think my case is being processed out of the Texas Service Center. Yeah, that's where it's at. And so on my end here in the U.S., I've reached out to my local congressmen. I've reached out to 2 congressmen. They reached out to USCIS on my behalf. One congressman got back to me and told me that my case still is within normal processing times. This was about 4 or 5 months ago. So I said, okay. The other congressman got back to me and told me that, they forwarded me the message that they got from USCIS, and the message was pretty much dealing with, it said something in regards to certain background checks take longer than others, right?
That's called certain bullshit, is what that was.
Okay, so my question is, I looked on the website, and when I type in where it says your case status, and you can type in the length of your case, right? And it told me that I shouldn't be trying. It says, do not contact USCIS before November of 2025. That's pretty much what it's telling me.
You
So,
know what I tell them? Fuck off.
okay.
So you're a U.S. citizen.
Yes, sir.
You have an I-130 that's been pending for almost 2 years.
Yes, sir.
You can't get any information from USCIS as to if or when they're going to adjudicate your I-130 petition.
No, sir. They haven't heard, other than the action letters that I got almost 2 years ago when I first submitted my case. I haven't had they haven't sent me anything. And, yeah, that's where I'm at.
What big city do you live near?
I live in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, so if I were you, I would hire my law firm to file a lawsuit for you and your wife against USCIS to ask a federal judge in Maryland to order USCIS to get off their ass and decide the I-130. I would argue that 22 months is ridiculous in the processing of an I-130, that many other I-130s are getting adjudicated in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Even overseas ones are getting adjudicated in a year. You've waited way too long, and the judge should order USCIS to make a final decision on your I-130. Now, I have filed a gazillion lawsuits in Maryland. I hate to say this, and I don't mean to brag. I filed so many lawsuits in Maryland that they told me I could only file lawsuits in Maryland for people that lived in Maryland. Like a judge actually ordered me to stop unless the person lived in Maryland. So Maryland is a great place to sue. And the reason for that is they don't dick around. When I sue in Maryland, they've been sued so many times by me and others that the U.S. attorney knows what to do. The U.S. attorney calls up the field office director in Baltimore and says, hey, Larry and Jim have filed this lawsuit saying that 22 months is too long for him to wait for his wife's I-130 to be approved. Because you still have the National Visa Center, you still have the embassy to worry about. That's going to take its own amount of time. So you're not making any progress. So USCIS will be like, oh shit, we forgot all about that case. Let's look at it. They pull it up. They say, yeah, he looks free to marry. Yeah, she looks free to marry. Yeah, they have good marriage evidence. We'll approve this, and then ask Jim to dismiss the lawsuit. And Jim will say, hey, Larry, they're going to approve your I-130. Do you want to do it? Do you want to dismiss the lawsuit? And you say, yeah, thanks, Jim. I'm really glad that worked. That's what's going to happen. It'll take about 60 to 90 days to get the I-130 approved.
Okay. Yeah, I know when we put our packet together, we got a strong case. I make pretty good money here in the United States. My father also backed me as a as like another sponsor as well.
Wait, hold on then. Hold on. So USCIS hasn't approved the I-130? Or they
have not. They have not. Every time I check the website, it says we do not need nothing from you at this current time. When we do, we'll reach out to you and let you know. But as of right now, yeah, that's what it tells me.
And that's the only thing that you have filed so far for your wife. You haven't.
That's the only thing I've filed is a very, very strong petition. And since my wife is not able to come to the United States, like I fly over there and see her. When I get a chance in between work and, as I build up vacation days. But I've submitted a ton of evidence, at least what we got. Like when I go over there, we do stuff. We go out, in Angola, it's very beautiful. So we might go to a resort or go out to dinner. I try to save the receipts, take a lot of pictures with her, the family, and I try to submit all that to the website. But until she comes here, like I can't add her to my mortgage. I can't add her to my banks. I can't do anything.
I got you, brother. I'm telling you, do what I just said. So we'll reach out. Cooley will reach out to you, Larry, and we'll follow up about the lawsuit.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Sorry.
Be blessed.
See you, man. Yeah, you too. All right. That's my new friend, Larry. Old Larry's going to be calling up here in about 2 months saying, man, Jim, you were right. That shit worked. And I'll be happy and he'll be happy and we'll all clap for Larry and he'll be on his way to. Isn't that some bullshit? You can bother us. When we tell you can bother us in November of 2025, we'll listen to your sorry ass when we feel like it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up is what we want you to do. Well, I say, no, thank you. Natalie, hello.
Hello, how are you, Jim?
I'm great. How are you doing, Natalie?
I'm good. I just want to say I'm so grateful for you and everything that I've learned since starting to listen to your show in like
Awesome.
January. Yeah. So we have me and my husband we have his our marriage interview coming up soon.
Nice.
Very soon. And we were going through, I asked our lawyer, but our lawyer's crappy. I won't get all into that. But we we're going through we've been married almost 2 years now because our lawyer messed up the first I-45 petition and we had to reapply a second time and it was a whole ordeal, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I bring this up because now at this point we're married 2 years next month. As we were going through the case, the documents in the case that were uploaded, her firm uploaded he had a driver's license that he was using for identification that when we met her, she told us, oh, I don't even want to look at that driver's license. She gave it to him because it was an out-of-state license. And for her, I think she realized that it's not that he got kosher. Yeah. So he had this driver's license from out of state in a state that had easier like regulations for getting a license, I guess. He did that before we got married. Anyway, otherwise, everything he's done is by the book. And so now we saw that document there and we just didn't know how that got uploaded, like, because she told she didn't even want us to look, she didn't want to look at it. And she says, I don't know why that got uploaded or how and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, it's there. Okay. So now it's there as we're looking and his interview's coming up, our interview. And so we have a call scheduled with her today, later, but I just wanted to ask you how you think it's not that address he used in the other state belongs to a friend of his friend's friend kind of thing, you know? And so in the 2 years he's been here, he's never gotten in even a traffic ticket or any of that stuff. Well, he's been here more than 2 years now, but 2.5 plus years now. So I'm guessing it's not listed as an address as one of his addresses that he's lived at in the last 5 years.
Is the license less than 5 years old?
That license in the other, that one, it's less than 5 years old because he got it in summer of 23 before we got married. He now has an in-state license here where we live. Yeah.
So, but in any event, just being the devil's advocate and laying out for you where I think this is headed.
Yes.
Your husband has in the last 5 years at some point told the state of X that he lives at 123 Brown Street, and on his I-485 he's listed 5 years of addresses and none of them list 123 Brown Street. Exactly.
Yeah. And now we're about to have our interview and it's, we know that it's a mistake he made, a mistake that he shouldn't have done, I suppose. And we don't know what's the best way to approach it now. And I know that you're always talking about leading with honesty and things like that too. And so I just...
So I do say that you have to lead with honesty, but more importantly, and maybe since you have your last initial on here and your interview's coming up, maybe I'll be a little bit more opaque, a little bit vaguer, right? So I've seen this movie before, right? So and I think it's bullshit, but addresses used with state agencies to get driver's licenses is something that USCIS loves to pick up on and say that he made a misrepresentation.
Sure.
So I think you're probably headed to finding that he misrepresented himself to the state of X.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to think long and hard about adding the address. So if he went, I think there's a big difference. And in fact, I won a case on this very issue in Colorado from a Texas driver's license. It was a commercial driver's license. I think there's a huge difference between if your husband went and stayed at that address for a couple weeks and got a driver's license versus it's friend of a friend and he just used it and showed up. So I think that's a big issue. I think you and your attorneys need to figure out. I think you and your attorney need to get out in front of it. Tell me about your husband's immigration status before you filed.
He came here on a visa from Spain. He's not originally from Spain, but he's a Spanish citizen. And he came here legally on an ESTA, I think it's called. And he in the end of 2022, and we met in the summer of 23, and we got married later that year.
So I got a guy who at the time of filing was on a visa waiver and out of status.
I think he might have just been recent. At the time of filing, he was certainly out of status.
Yeah, I mean, visa waiver is only 90 days.
Yeah. No, we filed in 2024.
Okay.
He was out of status, and we've been married a few months. But he was also, I guess, eligible at the time for a TPS and other programs. His whole family is here on TPS, and
TPS?
Is he? No, he's not. So he's not on. He had no status aside from our marriage. And
have you watched this show at all since like Thursday or Friday?
I don't know if I have, but I watch it pretty regularly.
Well, the reason I ask is because on August 1st, USCIS updated its policy manual to make clear that the simple filing of an I-130 petition by a U.S. citizen for their spouse does not give that spouse any extra rights to stay in the United States, and that Immigration and Customs Enforcement can treat that person as if there was no I-1. I mean, this is me interpreting it as aggressively as possible.
Sure.
But that Immigration and Customs Enforcement doesn't have to wait around to see if his I-130 gets approved.
His I-130 was approved. Because remember, we ended up refiling because our lawyer messed it up the first time.
So let's talk about that. Yeah, we didn't even clarify that. Tell me about that mistake.
Long story short, she forgot to submit his birth certificate, and so when we received the RFE, they asked for a couple of things. They asked for my signature on the affidavit of support, which she had forgotten to have me sign, which is fine. I went and signed it. But they had also asked for an RFE, and she forgot to ask us for the RFE, and so they denied her. She forgot to ask us the birth certificate and the RFE.
Just to recap, I have a lawyer who, over the course of the representation, has sent in an affidavit of support that wasn't signed, did not send a birth certificate, which is probably the number 2 identity document and is required in every single case.
Yeah.
When pointed out by USCIS that there was not a birth certificate included, forgot to ask the client for it or to provide it in response to the RFE.
Yep. Yeah. She forgot to ask us for it.
And then she magically uploads a driver's license that everybody wishes she hadn't.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's where we're at. I mean, it's a friend of his in Chicago. He has another lawyer friend here, he's a lawyer in another country. He just went through law school here, and he just passed.
So let's forget about that guy.
Okay, because he suggested.
No, forget about that guy. Now, what the lawyer that's the friend that helped with all this stuff? Are they an immigration lawyer, or are they a lawyer that just helped out as a friend?
Oh, the lawyer that's a friend? No. All this is happening right now is a lawyer we paid.
An immigration lawyer
who has been shitty. Yeah, the one. That's why I said she was. I don't like calling people shitty, but she's been shitty.
I would say that's shitty.
Okay. Yeah. So she, she's just been bad at, I guess, messy with coordinating things properly and checking things properly. Is what it's
so then
been.
When she messes up the first case,
yeah,
and it gets denied, then I hope she didn't charge you to file the second one.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. So when did you file the second one?
We filed the second one in November. I didn't want to tell you the whole story to get all into it because I've called you to ask other questions before. But then that's when I
okay.
found you, and we had hired you to sue them for us. And so they did reopen the first case for us. So they closed.
I did that?
Yeah. So they closed everything in the second case. They closed everything up. And the first case is now the one we have our interview for very soon. And so that is now preparing for it is where we see that stupid driver's license was uploaded and she has no idea why. So
I believe
hmm.
That your husband is possibly going to be expeditedly removed from the United States.
Well, oh, okay. That sounds no. What?
When you enter on visa waiver program, it's just in 90 days. They don't really get to inspect you. They don't really get to decide whether or not to give you a visa. They instead, you waive the right to see an immigration judge before you get deported.
Mm-hmm.
So you might want to watch the latest video that I posted on Saturday morning. It walks through, so on August 1st, they changed their memo. And the memo, like I said, says that they're not going to wait for your I-130 to be approved, or an approved I-130 doesn't even give you any protection. So
okay,
if they want to be serious hard asses, and I hope this doesn't happen.
I really hope so too. Yeah.
They could take him into custody at the interview.
Oh God, no.
And deport him because he entered on visa waiver.
Okay, so the I-130 was approved. We're very short from the interview. I'm like, is there, I don't know, like bringing up, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the sad thing is, this brother, your husband, should have been a green card holder a long time ago.
He should have been. It would have happened because it was under Biden when she filed initially too, and she said, "Oh, we don't even get interviews anymore." Blah blah blah. But she fucked up the case. Yeah, but I can't dwell on that. I have to now. Like, what can I do now?
I'm going to be in Chicago on Friday morning. If you want to meet, we can meet at the office. You can be my first client meeting at our new office if you want. If you and your husband want to come see me.
Well, our interview's Thursday.
Oh, you mean like in 2 days?
Mm-hmm. And so I'm just, I don't. We were like, we're supposed to talk to this lawyer today, our lawyer, but I'm just like, what if we wanted to talk about, or what if, he never lived in Chicago, but he stayed with that friend briefly. So I'm like, can we add that as an address and amend that somehow? I don't even know this stuff,
Well, only if it's true. Otherwise, that's immigration fraud.
Sure. Yeah. He never lived with that friend like hardcore for like months and paid rent, but he stayed there a little bit. That's why he never included the address. And so I just don't know if I don't know what we're supposed to say.
So if I were that lawyer who seems to have clearly committed malpractice, I would be doing a deep ass dive on what kind of a residency did your husband have to have in that state in order to get his driver's license legally and validly, so that there was no misrepresentation. Like if they give it out like candy and you just have to drive by and be in the house overnight, or if you can make that argument, I think that's the only thing that saves him.
Is that he could use mention that address as one of his 5 years addresses?
Yeah,
or something.
I mean, you would update the address and say, sorry, we left this one off. And of course, the problem with that is then you're completely highlighting the issue, because everybody like, what the fuck? Why'd you just add this now, right? But that's better than having to overcome a misrepresentation all under the threat of imminent deportation.
100%. Okay.
Dude, okay. I'm really sorry. I feel really bad for you.
No, I feel bad. I went the wrong route with this person, and it's the worst. But I'm trying to do the right thing now. All
right. Well, you have my email. Just hit me up with any more questions, and I'll even send you my cell phone number once you email me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jim. You're the best.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay. Somebody was being very annoying in this. Okay. I'm going to end the show with this because this made me mad. Where is this? Yeah, Laura asked a good question. Does this lawyer only do immigration? It sounds like a mess to me. Oh, and then Laura said, sounds like she dabbles, talking about the attorney, but then always a yes says, I agree completely. She thinks she's the only one that has questions. So selfish. What are you talking about? This lady's husband is this close to being deported. I talked to someone the other day for half an hour. That's the whole point of the show. As Laura points out, that's not at all what I said. The callers ask the questions, and some take longer than others. That's the whole show. That's exactly right. I spend as much time as I can to understand the situation, and sometimes I just let people talk because they need to vent. That lady's in a world of hurt, and if she had been the first caller and we needed to talk for an hour, I would have done it. Right? That as Laura says, that's the whole point of the show. All right. There's some weird people on TikTok. Somebody said, I'm paying $5,000 to the first 5 people to message me God did. What the heck? All right. Tomorrow's show. Huli, do you know what time tomorrow? Let's see. I need to know these things. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Oh, tomorrow we're going to do a later show in the day. 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. I got a long-ass day tomorrow. 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. I hope you all have a great night. I hope we make it back from Western Michigan University. I'm going to go catch the rest of Noor's tryouts, and I'll let you know how it goes. Peace, everybody. Big ups. See you guys. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in the state of